Hi everyone, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. I'm at the candidate meet and greet at the Rescue Hall, and we don't have as many people here as we thought there would be, so I thought it would be a good idea to take some interviews with some of the people running for council so that people can have a chance to get to know them a bit better. So we are going to go inside and find a candidate, and we'll ask them a couple questions and hope people take the time to learn about the people running for city council. All right. Hi everyone. So we have Helen Poon here. She's running for city council. And we are at the meet and greet at the Rescue Hall if anybody wants to come down and talk to candidates. We're going to just ask Helen a couple questions so that people can get a better idea of what she's all about, what her priorities are. So hello, Helen.
Hi.
So our first question is, what is your vision for the community, or why are you running? What's really important to you?
Well, my vision for the community is one which is a vibrant one. It's a successful one. We'll be attracting lots of tourists here. We'll be bringing a good quality of life to our residents. And with all those things, one thing that stands out most to me is that our need for affordable housing. And everything starts with good housing. With good housing, we can have good jobs. With good jobs, we can reduce our crime rate, and we can also reduce drug addiction.
That's great. So I think you maybe just gave us your top priority as well, which is
Yes.
great. What do you see as the municipality's role in bringing in affordable housing? Do you have any ideas on how we can do it?
Well, I think as a municipal government, we need to, first of all, bring together all the stakeholders. We need to work together to come up with a plan to solve our homelessness issue. And it's not just a plan that we can come up individually. We do need to work together to do that.
Yeah. And then since you have some experience in affordable housing.
Yeah, I do have a lot of experience in affordable housing. I've worked with the underprivileged people in the downtown east side. I've worked in housing, providing housing to people on fixed incomes, and for the bulk of my working career, that has been my focus.
That's great. Okay, well thank you, Helen, and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Okay, let's go find another council candidate.
Want to get in the sun?
Yeah.
In the sun.
We're gonna go in the sun.
Where are your shades, girlfriend?
Yeah, I have no shades. Sure you can.
Okay, I'm wearing shades.
It's a little
Thank you for
quieter
being
over here
online
as
right
well.
now. Thank
Yes,
you for
we are.
doing this.
Yeah,
You're so
yeah.
good with bringing us to Facebook Live to the median.
Yeah, yeah. So we have Shar Patterson here. Shar is running for council, and just try to speak somewhat loud so that we can hear you. But so the first thing that I wanted to ask is, what's your vision for the community, or what drove you to run, and why are you doing this?
Oh, that's such a tricky question.
It is.
But thank you, Shari. Shari Minions. Shar and Shari.
Shar and Shari.
That's how to. We're
That's how to
team.
remember the names.
Yeah, we decided this, right? I love this community. I moved here 2010. It's getting close to 10 years ago, and I just feel like it's a strong community. Hello, John. A strong community. Yeah, that sounds good. And I'm so passionate about it. I'm a leader, and reliable, and I see what you and council have been fighting for or facilitating. And I feel like I've got a little momentum in my life, and I think it's a good time. And I want to help.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
I like working with the team, and
Awesome.
I really think I can contribute.
Good.
So now's
That's
the
great.
time.
Yes,
This
now
is
is the
my
time for sure.
time.
Yes. Okay, great. And what would you say is your top priority?
My top priority for me is to work with council, like to get the team of 7 to work well together, to hear the community, to be consistent, transparent, open, honest, all those key words that you hear. That's how I run my life, how I live my life. And I think getting us together, working well as a team for our community is number one.
That's great. I agree.
Thank you.
That's great. And is there anything else you want to share or add?
I was just saying that this has been a fantastic experience. I feel so much more invigorated listening to all the other council candidates and mayoral candidates and everything, all their concerns and all the topics and all the energy. And this has been a fantastic experience. And the sun is shining.
Sun is shining.
And we love Port Alberni.
That's great. And I know I agree with you on that. Running for council, running for mayor has such a way of inspiring people, and I think we build up that excitement again in our community. And the key is figuring out how to keep it going after we get elected, because there definitely is sort of like this build up and then reality comes, and we need to find that level off point. So anyways, well, thank you for running, and thanks for doing this, Shar.
Good luck to you, and thank you for running.
Thank you.
Yay.
Appreciate it. Okay, we will go find another council candidate.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah. Yes, it's live, so. And we're gonna go in the sunshine.
Okay. So I can squint.
Yes, me too.
Hi.
So this is Corinne Magnuson, and Corinne is not a council candidate. She's running for school board trustee. But we often don't pay a lot of attention to the school board trustee election, and it's really important that we do. So I thought I would see if Corinne wanted to talk a little bit about why she is running for school board trustee and what's important to her as well.
Sure.
So just try to speak reasonably loud so people can hear you.
Okay, great. So originally I was going to run for council, but my platform is that to have a healthy community, we need healthy families and children. And I came to realize that as a school trustee, I probably would be in a better position to be an advocate for the youth and the families in our valley. That's essentially my campaign.
Yeah.
I also had a child with some special needs who struggled, and I had to do a lot of advocating for him throughout school. So I have the skills to do that, and I'm hoping that I can be on the other side of the table for parents to represent them and their voices and the children in the community and make a difference. So
That's great.
that's pretty much it.
And what is your background or experience?
Well, I worked in community living for quite a few years up in the Okanagan, where I managed a home that belonged to 4 gentlemen. So I have experience working with contracts with the Ministry of Children and Family and funding through those sort of ministry type contracts. And so I have the number skills and, the budgeting skills, working with the unions and contract negotiations, the employer skills. And then I'm also a parent, and I have 4 children. One graduated from ADSS a couple of years ago, and he's at NIC in Comox now. And I still have 3 children here in Port Alberni, attending school in 2nd grade, the high school, and at 8th Avenue Learning Center. So.
Good. And I guess one more question that I just thought of. Do you see an opportunity for the city and the school board to work closer together?
I definitely do, and that's something that I've talked about a bit. I think by having a seat on the school board, I'll have a bit of the credibility and the ability to stand up and advocate more and be involved to making our community healthy. And I think the way that we do that is we need to bring all of our amazing team leaders and leaders across our community to one table where we all work together.
That's great. Good. Well, thank you. And
You're
just a
welcome.
reminder, this is Corinne Magnuson, and she's running for school board trustee.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go find more people.
Okay.
should go a little further over here because it's kind of noisy by the door. Hello.
Hi.
We're videoing, yes. All right, so we have Chris Alemany, who is on City Council right now and running for re-election. So Chris, if you don't mind, we want to just ask a couple questions. The first one being, what's your vision for the community, and basically why are you running again for council?
Yeah.
And speak up.
Yeah, make sure everybody can hear. You know, my vision for the past 4 years has really been to progress the city out of what I saw as, you know, growing up here as a really depressed state, and to try to bring it up out of that, and to really build a community that people can be proud of, and just love to live in. That's what I want to see in the city.
That's great. And what is your top priority if you get elected to work on?
You know, my top priority right now is just to ensure that we can preserve our financial accountability, while still building, like I said, a really livable and just a wonderful community that we can be proud of. Our infrastructure is crumbling, but we need to invest in it in a way that that really adds more than just, you know, the roads and streets. Something that we can be proud of.
Okay, that's great. We're very squinty. It's very sunny. We're going to do the next one in the shade. And then last question that I didn't warn you about. What's the proudest thing from your term on council? So what accomplishment are you most proud of?
You know, the biggest thing I've been proud of is how we've been able to, and I've been able to bring our voice from the city and people's voices in the city to the province, through our conferences at the UBCM and AVICC, our regional conferences, being able to talk to ministers and really have them hear us as a community. You know, things like the slash burning around our community that have impacted people's health so much. To see those kinds of things make a real impact has been really great.
That's great. Okay, well, thank you for taking the time. Do you mind running in and grabbing another council candidate
Sure.
for us? Thank you.
All right.
So just for people who are just starting to tune in, to give you an idea of what we're doing, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. I believe really strongly that we need to engage not just in the mayoral race, but in the council race as well. We need to pay attention to who we elect to our school board. It's so important that we pay as much attention to these other elections as we are to the mayoral race. So we're at a meet and greet today, and there's quite a few candidates here. So instead of just sitting in there and talking to a few people, I thought it would be good for us to kind of put together in a place where more people can view it, a bit of information about each candidate. So we are just sort of taking one at a time, and we have pre-warned them about the questions and gotten made sure they're okay with being on Facebook Live. But it's a good way for people sitting at home to get a bit of information. So I think we're going to do Hyra Chopra next. Come on out, Hyra.
You have to give me some lead, babe. What I should say, what should I
Well, you're already live. You're already live.
Jeez. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we have Hyra Chopra, and just speak up a bit so that they can hear you. But so we have a few people watching, and
we
just
need to just move away from the sunlight a little bit.
over here.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, perfect spot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we have Hyra Chopra. He's been on City Council for a long time and is running again. Took a break in the last election. And so Hyra, you can take a couple minutes to just tell us about yourself if you want. And then we just really want to know kind of what your vision is for the community and what's driving you to run.
Yeah. The reason I want to come back as a city councillor because I want to do some more good things for my community. When I was on the council from last 18 years, we bring lots of good things when you work as a team. My major stronghold is I'm very financial responsible guy. I don't let anything go without knowledge. I will let people know why we're spending money, where the money is coming from. And I will make sure that people knows it's a good investment or bad investment. the other thing, I want to make sure the city of Port Alberni is open for business, and city of Port Alberni is open for senior and those people who don't have a house. So I'm promoting the housing for everybody, and there's a way to promote the housing policy because federal government, provincial government, and the city of Port Alberni can go partnership and do good things. And right now, everybody knows that we have to work with the First Nation. You don't have a choice. We have to work with them, and if those people are part of our community, they're part of our application, then we can get lots of grants and things can happen. For the safe side of the people, we have to stop the crime. That's why I think I still have a fire in my tummy. I want to come back and make sure, please vote Hara Chopra.
That's great. And what would you say is your first priority if you get elected?
My first priority is I want to make sure that team building is my very stronghold, that all the council and the mayor speak the same language, and we will pick so many things, but we pick 1 or 2 items that we can achieve it, not pick 20 items and we will never achieve it.
Yeah.
So work together, that will be my first priority, and I will teach the new council because I have lots of experience.
That's great. Thank you, Hara.
Thank you very
so
much.
Hara Chopra running for City Council again, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go find someone else.
All right.
So now let me ask you things.
Thanks. I'm just the camera holder.
Camera holder.
Hi. I did something here. I don't know what to do. Can't see the comments anymore. Well, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Seva Dalibal. I'm living in this town more than 43 years. And also I raised my 3 children in this town. And I'm mother of 3 children. I know how to raise the children. If I no job and have no job, how much crime in this town? The big thing is we need the job more. Doesn't matter any kind of job, but our children getting busy. Otherwise, if they talked about we stop the crime, can't stop. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you, Seva. Appreciate that. And just one more question.
Okay.
And you're doing great, so thank you. What is your first priority if you get elected?
My first priority is job.
Jobs.
Big thing, doesn't matter any kind of job,
Yep.
but we don't want to see our children on the street
Yeah.
and police sent in the jail. This is not good situation.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay, so that's Seva Dhaliwal running for City Council. We will go and find another candidate. Do we have people watching?
Yeah, we have 6 people watching.
That's great. Thank you for watching.
We're just waiting for Shari to grab another candidate for council or school board at the AV Rescue Hall. And that's Chris Almany taking a photo. Thanks for tuning in, Nicole.
Okay.
We have Ron Corbeil coming out.
We got distracted in there. We come over here away from the doors a bit. Well, Ron can talk loud enough. Hi everyone, so we are back. We have Ron Corbeil here, and so everyone, again, just thanks for watching. We are at the Rescue Hall if you want to come down and have an opportunity to chat one-on-one with some of the candidates for council, and a couple mayoral candidates are here as well. But we wanted to give a few more opportunities for people to get to know the council candidates, so we thought a Facebook Live would be a great way to do that. So Ron Corbeil we have here running for City Council. Ron, what would you say is your vision for the community, or kind of why you're running?
Well, I would like to see the economy thrive much more than it has over the last number of years. And it would be nice to see people actually be proud of Port Alberni. So cleaning up some of the areas of town that are less than desirable, making pathways through our waterfront, and we can actually get people that they really do become proud of the town. I see areas of this town where I call it the broken window theory, where you see something's a mess, and the next thing you know, it creates vandalism, it creates crime, it gives people the license to start throwing garbage in lots. And I don't think that's difficult to fix. I hate to say maybe we need more bylaws, because I think we have too many bylaws, but maybe we have to look at some of the bylaws we have and put definitions to them. For example, it says that property owners must maintain their property. What does maintain actually mean? And you know, I could give you examples of lots in this valley that have been sitting empty for literally decades, and they look horrible. So I'd like to see that fixed. I'm starting to see some positive things happen in this valley, and if I'm fortunate enough to be elected, I'd love to see them continue.
That's great. One thing that you had talked about, Ron, that I thought was a great idea was expanding the Kitsaxis Dike path. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, gosh, it's actually about 40 years ago. I worked on the original Dike pathway. I worked as a seasonal employee for the city, and I would love to see that connected through, you know, Clutis Sea Marina, Victoria Quay, Harbor Quay, and you know, maybe potentially someday out to the park out by the old plywood site. But to link up at least the quays would be, I think it would be so great. And you know, we can have industry and we can have parkways, and I think they can work together.
Yep.
And
Sure.
you know, it'd be part of making our community something that people would be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say is your top priority if you get elected?
Well, definitely the economy, but more to, you know, we have young people in this town, and when employment opportunities come their way, they may not be trained for them. So I don't know if it's working with North Island College to bring in, you know, sheet metal workers, aircraft maintenance. With the forest industry, I still sit on several committees where the number one issue with the forest companies is finding skilled workers, and the age is getting, the workers are getting much older, they're retiring, and nobody knows where they're getting the young workers from. And if, again, if I was fortunate enough to get on the council and potentially work with the community forest, I would love to see the community forest start to look at being almost more of a training center than just a forestry company, because there's huge opportunity there. Very few people are filling that need, and we've got a lot of very skilled people that work in the forest industry that are leaving the forest industry. If we don't tap their knowledge, we're going to miss it forever. So I think there's a good opportunity there for the youth of Port Alberni to get involved in the forest industry.
That's a really interesting idea. One thing that we've talked a lot about on our council is, and around Vancouver Island, is social procurement. So that is looking beyond just jobs and how many jobs something creates, but how much value it brings to the community beyond that. So the community forest idea could be a really great way to tap into something that, you know, will benefit us in terms of jobs. We have direct control over what could be done with the community forest, but could train people as well. So we'd get a lot more value to the community, social procurement, a lot more value to the community out of that than just filling those positions if we turn it into a training ground. So it's a really interesting idea.
And employ people that are leaving the industry.
Absolutely.
May want to fill in you know, just a few weeks, a month kind of thing.
Yep.
And as I say, there's a lot of experience
For
in this
sure.
valley, and if we don't tap into it soon, it'll be gone.
Yep, and fill those holes for sure. Okay.
Well, we have one question from the live stream that Melissa Bigmore wants Shari to ask candidates for moving forward is, thoughts on reconciliation in the Valley?
Okay, you're going to be our first person to answer this then. So what do you see for reconciliation in the Alberni Valley? Have you been involved at all? Do you have any ideas?
Well, one thing that comes to mind, and I've never liked the name Canal Beach. That's why I called it the park down by the old plywood site.
Yeah.
I know First Nations, the Seashot had a name for it, and it escapes me what it's called. Why aren't we calling it
Teepus.
Teepus? That's you're right,
Yeah.
Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great name for that park.
Yeah.
So you know, it's obviously small steps,
Yeah.
but it's a step
Yeah.
in the right direction,
Yeah.
I believe. Teepus.
One thing that is a big takeaway for me in my work in reconciliation is that reconciliation means different things to different people. And to me, it is a series of small steps that never really ends. We keep improving and improving and improving. And something like renaming a park that would have a lot of meaning to a lot of people, I think is a great first step. It's a good idea.
Yeah, and it's communication.
For
It's
sure.
all about communication.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, so Ron Corbeil, everyone. So thank you for taking the time. Ron Corbeil is running
you.
for council, and we will go find another councilor.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jolie.
And we do
Thanks,
have people
Ron.
watching, so.
Yeah, we have 9 people.
And to warn you, people are watching.
I said whatever Ron Paulson said is good.
Oh yeah, in our lifetime.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us. I'll just wave Ron Paulson over. So just for people who might be just starting to tune in.
Are you interviewing?
I am,
Oh,
yes.
look at you go. Oh, you're still here?
We're still here. We're going to be doing this for a while. There's a lot of candidates.
We're looking for some play-by-play for the
That's
Bulldogs
right.
games.
Oh yeah, well I'll be your person for sure. So I'm Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. We are at the meet and greet at the Rescue Hall here till 4 p.m. if people would like to come down and engage with the candidates. But because we don't have a ton of people here, I thought it would be a good idea to get some people out here and take a Facebook Live and give people a bit more of an opportunity to get to know the people running for council. One thing I've said quite a few times is it matters. It really matters how much or who we elect to council and how much attention we pay to that. So the more opportunities for people to get to know the people running, the better. So most people know Ron Paulson already. Ron Paulson is a current city councillor. We've worked together for the last 4 years. And so Ron, the first question we have for you is just what's your vision for the community and why are you kind of rerunning and what's important to you?
Well, first of all, I think this is a great opportunity if anybody's watching to come down and you can. This is a different format where you can actually engage and talk to people one-on-one rather than listen to speeches and that sort of thing. And you know, it's your opportunity to come and talk to us, whether it be about economic development, housing, policing, water and sewer, whatever the subject is that's important and important to our community as well.
Sure.
Things that we as councillors have to work on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. So what is your vision for the community? What do you want to see?
Well, what I'd like to see is some economic growth in our community. Our community's been rather stagnant probably for about 10 years population-wise. I'd like to see our population grow a bit, increase that tax base so that we can maintain and improve on our infrastructure, whether it be new buildings, pool, streets and sewers and water and stuff like that. And you need the population. Things like that are expensive projects, so you have to have a plan for growth and diversity and to support those projects for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All
And
right.
no, we're not done yet.
Oh,
People have actually added questions from the live stream as we've been going. They're typing questions. So what is your top priority if you get elected again?
Well, once again, I think my top priority, and it comes from my background in retail business and stuff, I believe in economic diversity and trying to provide jobs for our youth to keep them in our community. Certainly, there's other issues since I've been on council that weren't in my wheelhouse to begin with, but they certainly are now. And I think affordable housing is another huge issue.
Yeah.
Certainly, another one that we see rearing its head is policing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we want to reduce the crime rate in Port Alberni, and we need to work towards that. But if you have a good, healthy, vibrant community, I think the crime rate drops proportionately. It's if you don't have things for people to do
Yeah, absolutely.
that causes a problem. So
Perfect. And because you're on City Council right now, what is the thing that you are most proud of in your time on council?
There's so many things.
So many things.
Well, no, but it's small things. So
Yeah, for sure.
we can talk about working with the Department of Highways and the light changes, the advancing green at Walmart and Cherry Creek Road, and the lights down at Tim Hortons. We've worked very hard. We did a management review early on in our campaign, and as a councillor, that was healthy for me. That was really healthy for me to have a snapshot of kind of where we're at and where we're going in the future. This was started by a previous council, but I also think that our sewer lagoon project,
for sure.
which is coming to culmination now, it's the largest infrastructure project that we've ever had in our community. And looking forward, coming from a Parks and Rec background, I think there's some imaginative and creative ways that we can get a pool done here too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
agree.
And to reduce the cost to taxpayers.
Absolutely.
And, there's some fun times ahead, and there's
That's
some
great.
tough times and fun
There's
times.
some tough times ahead as well, yes.
That's right.
And then the last question, what do you see for reconciliation in the Valley? Even just, ideas or how you see things kind of moving forward?
I've sat in a number of meetings at UBCM, and reconciliation, we first of all, we have to grasp the history.
For sure.
We have to acknowledge the history of what's happened in the past. But my focus now is, once we realize the history, and I've got it, I've had the history lessons, is today and moving forward, and what we could do to make it better, and consultation in all things, whether it be economic or social issues or whatever.
Sure.
But I'm more interested in getting around the table and talking. And how do we move this forward and acknowledge the past, but look to the future with excitement
And as a follow-up to that, Ron, because Ron went to a session at UBCM this year, and you shared with me your biggest takeaway from it about working one step at a time. So I don't know if you want to expand on that, because I thought that was very valuable.
I talked to the elected chief councillor from the Squamish Nation, and I said, how did you get there? And he said, when you get into a room, you have to pick a topic, and you have to stick to that topic. And their first topic that they dealt with was land and land use within the three nations on the coast there. And he said, somebody would come in and they say, no, we want to talk about fish. And he would go, no, wait a minute. We're going to get this project done. We're going to talk about land use, and we're going to focus and concentrate. We're not going to go off the path. We'll talk about fishing and stuff as a second or third or fourth agenda item. But he said, you got to knock off the items one at a time.
We have to have joint successes
Absolutely.
as well, and that's what really builds value in the process.
Absolutely. You're right, exactly. You have to deal with the successes.
Yes.
And pick your topics, stick to them, get them done. I mean, they have a tripartite agreement over there between three nations, which is spectacular.
That is,
And I see that for our future. Here in the Valley,
Okay, well, thank you. So just a reminder, everyone, Ron Paulson running for City Council. Thank you for taking the time.
Vote for Ron!
We're going to find someone else now. I can't remember if we've done. We haven't.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're just grabbing more people. Some people don't want to be on camera. We will go back outside. I can't see some of these comments here. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering who's behind the camera, oh, it's me.
Jeez, lined up against the wall and shot?
That's right, something like that. Okay, hi everyone. So just as a reminder for people who are just starting to watch, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. We are at a meet and greet at the Rescue Hall that Michael actually organized, and we just want to give more people at home a chance to learn about the council candidates. So I thought I would take some time and just let each of the council candidates introduce themselves and talk about their vision for the community and why they're running. We've got a lot of people who follow our Facebook page, so you know, if everybody can pay attention to who's running for council as well, I think we will all benefit from that. So, Michael Moore.
Hi there. This is my first live feed, I think.
Oh,
actually.
wow, this is exciting then.
This is kind of exciting. For a guy who lives in a digital world, it's a long time coming. So, my name is Michael Moore. I'm running for City Council. My decision to run was based on me wanting to affect change where I didn't see change happening. Port Alberni's kind of been stuck in a bit of a time capsule, and while the rest of the island has moved on, we've been kind of just doing the same thing over and over again. I don't necessarily think we need to forget about our past. We have a long and storied history of industrialization in our valley, and there's something to be said for that. But at the same time, we should be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. Transition our goals.
Yes. Okay, that's great. And what would be your top priority if you get elected?
Well, seems to be our top priority is going to probably end up being dealing with a housing crisis that is affecting everywhere else on the island and here as well. We already have plans for place bylaws that will affect lane heavy housing and carriage housing. And that's going to be one of those things that I think will be one of the quickest and easiest direct impacts that we can have on that situation.
That's great. Okay. And lastly, what is your views on reconciliation for the valley? And and this is a bonus question. Didn't warn you. Because somebody on our live stream asked me to ask all the candidates.
Heavy hitter questions.
Heavy questions. So you know, what do you think of recoascension, or do you see any opportunities?
Oh, the opportunities there are immense. I mean, like that's the easy part. The real situation is how do we approach it? Really, it's not our job to set out any kind of goals or mandate for it. It's my job is to sit and listen. And really, at the end of the day, it sounds kind of like a dodge answer, but the reality is that we need to just sit and listen. And start from that point. Start from a point of learning and knowledge. And then move on from there.
So I'd really agree with you. And when I got elected to City Council, I was really surprised by how much I didn't know about First Nations and the history in Port Alberni. And we went to a few really great cultural sessions, one at Hoopajesset and one at Sechot. And I think I learned more there about Port Alberni and our history and the people who lived here than I had in my entire life growing up in Port Alberni. So we need to make those those opportunities available to more people in the community. I think when we sit back and listen and we start to understand and we listen with open minds.
Yes, absolutely.
That definitely is the first step for sure, is understanding and acknowledging what happened.
Part of the biggest issue is that we want to build meetings around structures like we have in a company, and this is not a structured company meeting, folks. It is entirely just about the dialogue and the conversation and learning as much as we can, because we have to start somewhere. So.
Yeah, and I think that's really true. And on the Reconciliation Committee, one thing that we've talked a lot about is that even the structure of the committee, it's a great intent, but the city started the Reconciliation Committee, and the structure of it was set by the city. It was set with our bylaws and our regular meeting procedures, and it's just really not indicative of what reconciliation looks like and how we actually need to engage to have dialogue. So it is even our reconciliation committee.
Robert's
is
rules
very
of order
flawed
don't necessarily apply to reconciliation.
Yes,
that's
so
a fair statement.
we need to be willing to sit back and look at how we're doing business and make changes when necessary.
I learn a lot from that too.
Sure.
I mean, City Council, one of my biggest issues, I've mentioned it to you in the past, was these meetings are horrible. They're brutally run. It's painful to watch, and to be there, it's probably just as hard. And there's a lot of things that we can do to make it better. And a lot of that has to do with even the city just sitting down and listening.
For sure. Yeah. So, okay. Well, so Michael Moore, running for City Council, thank you for joining us. And we will go find someone else.
Next victim.
That's right.
You're actually just filming us going back.
Yes, well, because we're live, right? So. That's right.
Sorry if you get the spins, folks.
Jolene's coming behind you in a minute, so come on over. Just so that you know, there are people watching. So, hi everyone. If you're just new joining us, just a reminder of what we're doing. We are here at the Rescue Hall at an all candidates meet and greet. There's quite a few candidates here, and we thought that we could sort of expand the amount of people who are watching by doing some live interviews with people running for council. And school board trustees. So we have Deb Haggard, Debbie Haggard running for City Council. And Deb, if you want to start by just telling us kind of what your vision for the community is and why you decided to run for council.
Well, I decided to run for council for a few reasons. It's always kind of been in the back of my mind, but where I worked, you weren't allowed to run for office. So I did retire in January, and I thought if I'm going to do it, now's the time to do it while I still have my knowledge about business and still have my network of people that I know, and then I can call upon for advice or people to talk to and just keep building on those connections for the city. So I thought I'm just going to jump in and give it a try, and I'm so happy that I have jumped in. It's been a great learning experience for me, and I've met some wonderful people through this process. So I think the friendships I've made, I'm going to cherish forever, and of course the learning will always continue. So no matter what, whether I'm successful or not successful, I still plan on being really involved in the community because that's just who I am.
That's great. And what do you want? What's your vision for the community? So what do you see? You don't have to be too specific, but what do you see as what do you want for Port Alberni?
Well, I know it's kind of the cliche and we've heard it a million times, but there's so much potential here and we're not tapping into it. I feel like Port Alberni is stuck, and I want to help get us unstuck out of this rut that we're in. We need to start moving forward as a community. I know we have lots of issues, but we also have lots of great things here. So we need to capitalize on those wonderful things that we do have and just start growing and branching out. And when we start growing and branching out and bring in new employment, new businesses, that will help start to solve some of our social issues as well.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And what do you, two more questions. What do you see as your top priority if you get elected?
Well, I know it sounds crazy, but the first thing I like to do is do some spring cleaning, clean this place up. You know, like you're in your own home, you have to clean it up, refresh it, revive it. We need to really instill that pride of place. We need to instill that in our community, and right now we've lost it. And I think if we just clean it up, and that will instill that pride again, and that will give us a boost and help us to move forward.
That's great. I agree. I think that when we have spaces that look kind of depressed, then that adds to the challenges that we have. So I think having pride of place is critically important.
And when people are driving through, I mean, really, do they want to stop and they see overgrown lots and places falling down? So if you clean it up and fix it up, people will want to stop, and people will want to start investing and moving to our community.
For sure. Okay, that's great. And then the last question is, what do you see, or what are your thoughts on reconciliation and opportunities that we have in the Valley?
Reconciliation is something I really need to learn more about. A couple of weeks ago in Courtney, our Attorney General, Jody Wilson-Reboe, on reconciliation and social justice. So I thought this would be a start for me to learn more about reconciliation. And it was really inspiring for me to hear her speak. And so again, it's something I need to learn more about. But one thing for sure is we can't move forward as a community until we start talking with other First Nations and make them as partners. And I think once we start doing that, then we can start moving forward for everybody.
Yeah, and I think that acknowledging that you have more to learn is often a really great first step as well. When I got elected to City Council, I knew very little about First Nations and our community, and how, you know, things that had gone on here, and I lived here my entire life, so it's sometimes it takes, it's a bit, you know, disappointing that we didn't learn more growing up, but being willing to learn is a great thing. So that's great.
Like I said, in the few weeks I've been here, I've learned so much, so I'm willing to learn lots more as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you. So again, Deb Haggard running for City Council, and thanks for joining us. And I think we have in there still Todd Patola and then 2 school board trustee candidates. So I'll see if I can find any of them.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deb. Thanks everyone for joining and looking at these cars. Say hi to John Douglas.
All right, so just want to thank everybody again for joining us. So for anyone who's just starting to watch, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. And this is Pam Craig, who's running for school board trustee. And one thing that I'm really passionate about is finding more ways for us to work together with the school board. And so Pam and I had a meeting recently, and it was nice to just connect and just chat about opportunities. But I want people to have more opportunities to get to know the candidates running for school board trustee. Pam, you probably know because she's been active for quite a while, but I'll just give you a couple minutes to introduce yourself. And
Certainly. It's Pam Craig, and I'm running for re-election for School District 70. I am a passionate school trustee. I really, truly enjoy working for really our most valuable citizens, and it's been an enjoyable journey for me. I have things that I haven't quite finished, so I want to continue and go back and work hard for our students in SD 70 and prepare them for graduation in particular. We're working hard to make all those little extras that are in place, all the supports, all the materials, so that we have our graduation rates soaring. So that's our biggest focus coming forward. And then also working closely with our community members, such as Shari's just talked about. We have a liaison partnership with the school and the city council, so we work closely when we can, but we can do more, I think. So I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. It's quite an adventure, but I hope to be a trustee. So please vote for me on October 20th.
That's right, great. And then lastly, what are your thoughts on reconciliation, and do you see any opportunities for reconciliation?
Absolutely.
I'm sure you see a lot.
Absolutely. The school district has been working over the last several years towards those kinds of programs. We work very closely with our First Nation groups. We have an advisory committee that works with all our administrators and our teachers. We have language classes prepared. We're looking for fluency is our target, even as bold as perhaps immersion coming down the road in a few years. So those kinds of cultural programs are so important for working together with all students, so that First Nation students and every other student learn about the real history behind the issues in the First Nations families and all the different nations that we work with. In our particular area, we have several nations. So I know that we can do it, and we will do it. But the way I think about it mostly is reconciliation is a long walk. We have a lot of future ahead of us that we will be walking shoulder to shoulder with all of the members in our community to make sure that reconciliation is just part of what we do here.
Well, thanks for joining us, and thank you. I like that analogy. It's a long walk.
It is, yes.
Because you're absolutely right. So just a reminder, everyone, Pam Craig running for School District 70. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We have 2 more people to find.
It's a busy afternoon trying to collect you. We get into conversation.
I know, and I don't want to interrupt people, but...
Hi again, it's me behind the camera. I actually found that Shari has a nice little holder, so if you notice that the camera is a little more steady, it's because I found it and I made use of it. So now I think Shari found Todd.
I found Todd Patola. He's been busy. I've been trying to find him for a while.
Hello.
So for anybody just starting to watch, again, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. I think it's critically important that we pay as much, if not more, attention to the people running for council. A mayor is just, a group, one person out of 7. So I want people to have as many opportunities to hear from our council candidates as possible. So we've got Todd Patola here today. And Todd, if you want to start by just kind of talking about what your vision is for the community and what drove you to run.
Oh, vision for the community. Let's make stuff better.
Make stuff better.
But that's a real vision,
Yeah.
because we have a great foundation to start working from. I don't think we need to change and get rid of all the stuff that's happened before us. This city has been here for a long time, and I wouldn't ever suggest that all of the people that have sat on council and mayor before I got interested did a horrible job. They've done the job that they did, and we are where we are. So let's take all the good stuff, the wonderful people in this community, the wonderful assets we already have, and turn them into something that is even better.
That's great. And one thing that I've heard you talking about quite a few times is, and I don't know if you want to go elaborate on it, you've said, I don't want Port Alberni to change. And every time I hear you say that, I think it's so true. We don't need to necessarily change. We've got a good community.
That's right. And the community is the people. And
Yeah.
we want to bring more people in that can appreciate all of the natural assets we have. So not change, because that implies get rid of things, but innovate, improve, and make this a place that has a critical mass that attracts people to come in, and not one where people come and are just kind of iffy about whether they want to be a part of our community. We want people in our community, and it'd be great that they would want to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. And what would be your top priority if you're elected?
So I think the top priority would be efficiencies, improve efficiencies. I was just talking to a gentleman inside. When taxpayers don't want to see their taxes go up, but that often gets translated into how much is the budget increasing. Quite honestly, I don't think people would mind if the budget increased, so long as they didn't have to pay for it. So if we can create better efficiencies that have other income streams coming into the city and better use of the income streams we have by lowering expenses, then we can increase the budget, pay for things that we need without having it result in an increase in your property taxes and the costs of the electorate.
That's great. And do you have any specific ideas on that? I know I've heard you talk about land.
Yeah, well, so every asset we have should be producing in one way or another, whether it's producing to the idea of community or it's producing financially. Some things we can do are, for example, with the police department, the current managers have created a new position there that resulted in zero cost to the city because they had cost savings in the position. And the result was it created more time for the police officers to do their jobs. So instead of paying $170,000 to get a new police officer, we freed up their time and effectively got more policing hours.
Absolutely.
So that's a good example. Things along those lines.
Okay, that's fantastic. And the last question we have is, what do you see for reconciliation in the Valley? Do you see any opportunities, ideas?
There's definitely opportunity for reconciliation, because that's just, again, making things better. It's a step forward. We're working together as one community where we can, building partnerships and bridges where it's not appropriate to be the same community and maintain our different identities. I think that's definitely part of reconciliation, is not telling others what they are, but listening and understanding who they want to be. I've said in the past, I've said to some people that when I deal with individuals, I don't want to let what you are blind me to who you are. What you are is significant. It's part of who you are. It's part of what your foundation is. So that's important. But beyond that, I don't want to take a broad paintbrush and say, because you identify in this way, I'm going to treat you in that way. I still want to treat you as an individual person.
For sure. Okay, well, thank you very much. So just a reminder, everyone, this is Todd Patola running for City Council, and thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
And I've seen 2 new council candidates come in, so our video is going to be extended. So we have 1 school board trustee and 2 more candidates now to find.
You always drag them away or else I'm busy. Say the same thing.
Well, the AV Rescue Hall meet and greet has picked up, so it's a little harder for Shari to pull these people out. We'll see if anyone's interested in joining. Oh, we found Matthew Pearson. Hold on.
So, so again, for people just joining us, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. I want people to have an opportunity to get to know our council candidates as well. So we have Matthew Pearson here, and I have to just say, Matthew is the only person I have not pre-warned of the questions. So Matthew is at a disadvantage, but I'm sure he will do great.
Sure.
So Matthew, the first question that we have for you is, what's your vision for the community?
Okay, well, along the same lines as your platform, I like the idea of livability and lifestyle, attracting people from out of city to invest things for residential and commercial industry, because that's where a lot of opportunity lies right now. People have nowhere else to live, and it's expensive living other places. So if we make this into a very beautiful, livable community, that we can attract people for the culture and for the scenery.
That's great. Okay. And what made you decide to run for city council?
Honestly, it was the forest fires. Looking across the inlet this summer, and I know that we don't exactly have any control over forest fires or the response. However, I feel like it's a stepping stone to becoming more involved at other levels of government, and I think Port Alberni needs that kind of representation at the provincial and national level.
Absolutely, and we need to see it as a priority and not just when the forest fires are happening or when the smoke is here, but year round, because we tend to talk about it a lot when the smoke is here and then we kind of forget about it, and we need to not forget about it. It's critical.
Keep it in perspective, last year's fires cost us something like $650 million across the province. This year they had budgeted $68 million. So where's the numbers? Like, we're just going to let rural BC burn, right?
For sure. Okay. So, and what would be your top priority if you get elected to council?
Top priority? Well, for me, I think it's a bunch of things that feed into one thing, which is Port Alberni's image to other communities and other people. Because I think we have a hard enough time dealing with free trade contacts that come down the pipe, and then changing of building codes. We don't need other magazines writing about us saying that we're the worst top 20 places in Canada to live. So yeah, let's deal with child poverty, let's deal with homelessness, let's deal with crime, because that's going to help us feel better and look better.
That's great, okay. And what do you see, what does reconciliation mean to you, or what do you see as the opportunities for it?
Well, reconciliation, I think, is incredibly important when we're looking at violence within a community. Because without proper representation at our community level, where we're actively looking to combine the cultures, and not in a contrary way, we're not fighting each other here, we're all living in the same space, we're all breathing the same air. So we all need to work together to protect what we have, and that means unity, because we don't need to be divided by outside interests.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And so again, that's all the questions we have, unless there's
Okay.
anything you want to add.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Maddie and a streetcar Pearson.
Streetcar.
We have $6.5 million going into parks and recreation. 30% of our kids are below the poverty level, and we're only spending $750,000 on transit. Not to mention BC matches us dollar for dollar for transit, and we keep the fares. So what I'm suggesting is, sure, we could put an express network across town that's going to help commuters and students. Why not also make it an attraction? We have the rails there already. It's not going to cost that much. We keep it at the same price as the bus fare, and then everybody has a fun ride back and forth across the trestle. Makes our town look good. It's our goats on the roof.
Love it, love it. Okay, so I want to encourage everybody also to watch Matthew's video that he made recently. So do you want to talk about where they can find it? Because I was really impressed by it. I think it really shows well some of your priorities and some of what you see the opportunities as.
Sure. It's on AV Chatterbox or Chatterbox 2.0, Chatterbox Uncensored, AV Politics, and AV Politics Uncensored. So in the first day, it got 1,100 views, and so I was very happy. I just want to have a dream and a vision that we can share with the community and grow together.
And so would they just search your name there, or what's the video called?
If you search Councillor Pearson, Facebook.com, Councillor Pearson, there's my page.
Facebook.com/Councillor Pearson. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for taking the time.
You bet.
And
Thanks,
we'll
everybody.
go find someone else.
Thank you.
Civic service. Social responsibility. But I mean, the purpose of it and if I don't get in here, there are plenty of
We're live, actually.
We are Facebook Live right now. So come on over, Chris. For anybody just starting to watch, again, we are here at the candidates meet and greet at the Rescue Hall. People are here till 4 p.m. if you want to come down and chat with any of the candidates running for mayor, council, school board. They're not all here, but there are quite a few people here. So we have Chris Patterson running for council, and Chris, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about why you decided to run and what your vision is for the community.
Thanks, Shari. My name is Chris Patterson. I'm running for City Council, and my vision of Port Alberni is a much more inclusive place where it's easy to encourage growth. It's easier to encourage business, and I just want to see everybody where everybody gets an equal voice in creating what our community looks like.
That's great. That's great. And what made you decide to run for council?
It was a decision I've thought about for a bit, and it just wasn't right for me in the last election, but this time everything felt right, and it was time to move forward with it.
That's great. And if you get elected, what is your top priority?
My top priority is going to be increasing the speed of which we're able to get stuff done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you see any opportunities, any places we can make specific improvement?
Yeah. I think specifically, we could increase the speed for building permits, and just a little less red tape would be a little bit better all the way around. Yeah.
One thing that's been suggested recently is instructional videos for people for how to apply for a building permit and how to apply for a business license. I think a lot of people can't get through the process just because they don't understand the process, and it's written out, but it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to the average person. So that's definitely something that could be built off of that. And what do you see for reconciliation in the Valley, or what does it mean to you? Do you see opportunities?
I definitely see opportunity for it, and I do have 2 kids who are First Nations, so it is important to me from a reconciliation point of view to make sure that everybody's voice is heard. Especially more you bet. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add?
No, I just really hope that everybody comes out and votes. There's an advanced poll on October 16th, and of course the main election day on October 20th. I think it's super important that everybody gets out, so that way we all have a chance to say what you'd like to see the next segment of Port Alberni be like.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thanks for taking time. Again, Chris Patterson running for City Council.
Thank you very much.
And I think we have just one more person in there.
just waiting for Shari to go find the last person. I see Tasha just joined us. Sorry everyone's looking at the wall, but I feel like I did enough cameos in this. As Chris said, advance voting is on Tuesday, October 16th, and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at City Hall. That's advance voting. And then the main election is on Saturday, October 20th. So yeah, let's see where Shari's at with finding the last person. She has picked school trustee candidate Larry Ransom. I don't want to keep showing the room because there might be citizens in there that may not want to be on camera. So we're gonna get them over here.
Right here. Okay, so this is our last candidate. So for anybody who is just joining us, my name is Shari Minions. I'm running for mayor in our election coming up. And I have Larry Ransom here. I wanted to give council and school board trustees candidates a bit more of an opportunity to have people hear their messages. I think we often pay a lot of attention to the mayoral race and we overlook all the other people who are going to be running different parts of our city. So I think it's important that we hear from school board trustees as well. So Larry, if you just want to talk a little bit about yourself, your history on the school board and kind of what you see and why you're running again.
Well, first of all, the main reason I'm running again is I still feel like I have something to offer to benefit students. You know, when you become a trustee, it's usually because you're interested in what happens with students. And my kids were still in school. Now my kids have graduated, they're having their own families. But I still really care about what happens to kids in our community. It's really important, and so that's why I'm running again. I think I have some experience to offer to the board, and we're going to have at least one new trustee come on board, and possibly more. I mean, that's up to the electorate to decide. But I'm looking forward to working with other candidates and moving the Board of Education forward to ensure that the good things that are happening in our district keep happening, and that we can improve on that.
That's great. And one question that you've asked quite a few times is how do you see opportunities, or how would you work closer with the school board to mayor and council candidates? So I'm going to ask it back at you.
Sure.
What do you see as the opportunities to build stronger relationships or work closer with mayor and council?
Well, I think first of all, having a liaison to city council and vice versa, so that we can attend each other's meetings and put a face to the group, so that people know, okay, we're networking, we see each other, realize that we're neighbors in the community, and that we have common issues, and be able to really raise the issues that are most important to us, and share ways to work together to make things better.
That's great. Okay, and then the only other question we have is, what do you see for reconciliation in the school district? Or in the valley in general? Do you see any opportunities? Do you see it as an area of focus?
Well, it's definitely an area of focus. It's reconciliation is about building relationships. That's how I see it. It means different things to different people, and I think it's important to start from a relationship building process, get to know our friends and neighbors, other communities, and work together, build trust and understanding, and find a way for us to improve opportunities and life chances for all our students, no matter what their backgrounds or where they come from in the community.
That's great. Okay, and anything else you want to add?
No, well, other than encourage people to get out and vote. It's important to vote for school board trustees. Education matters, and it's important for people to have a say in who their trustees are that are responsible for the Board of Education here in the Alberni Valley.
That's great. Okay, well, thank you, Larry.
Thanks, Shari.
And that is all the candidates we have. So I just want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll share this video in a few different places. Hopefully we can get more people viewing. We have so many great people running for council, for school board trustee. We have great people running for mayor as well, myself, but other people also. So I just very much want to encourage people to take as much time as they can to learn about the candidates, give give them a call, email them, comment on their Facebook. I believe really strongly in bringing information to the people where they want to receive it. So I know people have talked negatively about engaging on social media, but I think it's critically important that we engage on social media. I can't tell you how many people have said to me after I live streamed the all candidates meeting, how many people have said to me that they never would have watched the all candidates meeting if it wasn't on Facebook. So I think it's really important that we bring information to people, and thank you so much for watching.